Well, hello everyone here on YouTube and book and going to be doing a really cute class. Going to be featuring the Adventurous Sky Stamp Set and the dies. The dies are really cool. It outlines all these really cool airplanes. This is a perfect class that is a masculine class. So for any of the gentlemen or anyone that prefers a masculine card, um, I think you're really going to enjoy this. And I think the people that would get the cards would really enjoy it as well. All right, so let's get going with our first card. Just going to open up the dies. We'll move them over here. Here's our stamp set. And let's start making some amazing cards. All right, so this is a free card class. Every couple of weeks, I do offer a free card class. You do have the option to purchase the kit that I'm going to be showing you. So let's start with our first card. All right, so you are going to be taking a 4 1/4 by, I believe it's 11 1/2. So you're going to cut that down. Then you're going to fold it in half, just like that. All right, I have one already pre-cut. All right, so we had folded it in half. And you're going to open it up, and then you're going to be cutting a section of it off. You're going to be cutting off 2 3/4 inch. I just didn't have enough room on my desk to have the extra machine on here. So we're going with this. All right. Next, what we're going to do is use some of our designer series paper. This is really cool paper. It's very masculine. So we have the little airplanes. It looks like a little map. Very nice. So we're going to add this to the inside of our card. We're going to work from the inside out. So I'm just going to grab my stamp and seal, and I hope my stream is going well. I've usually only streamed through Facebook, but Facebook has provided to be not very reliable lately. My accounts got hacked, so I'm so not happy about that. So if you want to see more videos and more ideas, you can check out my library here on YouTube. I also have a Facebook page. It is Loved by Him Designs. So be sure to check that out. When you go to check it out, you will see 2 of them. You want to go to the one that has the image of my logo, but it says new and improved. So you want to go to that one. That is the one where there's no crazy nonsense going on. All right. So we are going to take a piece of basic white and we're going to just set it right here for now. Okay. Now this here is the piece that we had cut off and we're going to be using that. So I'm going to grab my other piece of designer series paper and I want to add these really cute airplanes onto this. So I'm just going to attach this. So please comment, like, follow my page here. I would really appreciate it. Also, check out my Facebook page. I think you will see a lot of things there that you like. All right, so I have this really pretty ribbon. I'm going to just tie a bow and wrap it around and tie. All right. Tying bows live doesn't always work real well, but we're going to give this a try. All right, we're going to make our little loop, go around, tuck it in. It's just like tying your shoes. If you learned how to tie your shoes as a child, you can tie a bow. It does take a little bit of practice. All right, so let's trim this. All right, come on. There we go. Move that over. And I'm just going to slide this down just a tad. All right. So then what I'm going to do, because I don't want this sliding around, I'm going to grab some of these mini glue dots. And I'm just going to grab one and put it right behind it on the back side. So now it's not going to slide around. All right. Now, I want to attach this to my card base, okay? You don't want to put adhesive on the entire piece. You just want to do it on the one side that it's going to attach here. So we'll do our seal like that, and we'll just put a little bit on the edge here. That is fantastic. All right, let's flip this over and let's center it. Just like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do, and you could also use dimensionals to put that on if you'd like. All right, so now I have this little piece that I want to attach on the inside, but I don't want it where you can see it. I want it to hide behind this. So I'm going to put some adhesive on one side. All right, and then I'm just going to line it up right where I want it because I want it hidden. I don't want it to see it when the card is closed. And then we'll just close that and push that down. And let's hope for the best. All right, perfect. That looks fantastic. All right, so now I had also cut another piece of designer series paper, and that was actually supposed to go behind here. So we will use this for something else. Whoopsie. All right, so we'll just keep moving forward. It'll still be a fantastic card. So now I have a little 1.5 inch circle and a piece of scrap paper, and we're going to stamp our airplane. So I have Knight of Navy, and let's see here. I believe I would like this little airplane. Isn't it cute? All right, so juice that up. You just need light little taps. You don't need anything. You don't need to mush it, because otherwise you're gonna, if you rock, you'll get all kinds of craziness on your card. So you don't want to do that. We'll just clean that off. We'll put him back. All right. Now we need to stamp our sentiment, and I'm going to use You Always Lift Me Up. So, and this is a great stamp set because you could always use it for Father's Day. I know Father's Day has already come and gone, but dads always need a little loving, so you can always change up the sentiment. All right, so we got it juiced up. We're just going to lightly press on our paper. Perfect. All righty, so we'll clean that up. And we'll put our sentiment back, just like that. All right. So we will close this before I get ink all over everywhere. Don't want that. Now, I'm going to take this is a blender pen. There's absolutely no ink inside these blender pens. This is simply just to spread things around. So I'm just going to go over my image. See, and it's pulling in the ink color. Isn't that cool? So when I was first starting out in crafting, I didn't have all the extra money to buy all the fancy schmancy markers. So what I had done was I got a bunch of these, and you can actually take this and dip it in the ink pad and color. So it's just like you have the marker. So I thought that was kind of a neat little thing. All right. So he's cut out, or he's colored in. Now we're going to cut him out. Him. It could be a her. I don't know. Guys call their cars her, so who knows? I don't know what people with airplanes call them. I don't know. All right, so when I attach my dies, I like to use a little sticky note, and I will show you why. And you probably already know this, because sometimes when you put it on your board, it will turn and twist, and you'll get a funky image. So I like to line it up just like that. Put a sticky note over it. That way it helps it not slide around. All right, we'll make our little sandwich. It is lunchtime, so we'll call it our little sandwich. All right, there we go, easy, easy. And we have our image. All right, let me put that die back. I don't think I'm going to need him for a little bit. So we'll put that back. And let's put this together. All right, so I'm going to grab some dimensionals. Anybody has watched any of my other videos, I love some dimensionals. I think it just gives it an extra little pop. So we're going to peel off the little back stickers, and we will put our sentiment right in the center, just like that. And then we'll grab some more and add it to our little airplane. You don't need a whole lot. I mean, you can cover the whole back with dimensionals if you'd like, but I don't think you need a whole lot of them. All right, so we want to make sure that our airplane does not stick to the back. So we're just going to put it right on the edge here. And there, this is where we're at so far. So a card isn't really a card unless you have some bling. So we are going to add some bling. Now, let's see, we'll put one there. And I'll put another big one. We'll put that down here. And how about we grab another big one and put that right up there. You always want to try and do an odd amount. Okay? Odd amount is a more eye-pleasing thing to look at. So, all right. So here is our first card. Now, when you make your card in the kit, it will look like this one. So you're going to have that extra background piece included in your kit. I just had a blonder than I pay to be moment, and I neglected to put that on my card. So here you go. I think these are really cute. All right, on to card number 2. We are going to be making a total of 4 cards. All right, this one is super easy to make. Super easy. You can knock this bad boy out in no time. All right, so we're just going to fold our card base. Just like that. So please be sure to check me out on Facebook. I am Sherry Ozicki with Loved by Him Designs. And we're going to put this piece on the inside of our card. Come on. There we go. So normally I stream through Facebook, but again, my accounts kind of got jazzed up with those wonderful hackers. You know, you kind of wonder, these people are so talented with hacking and all that other kind of stuff. Why can't they use it like for something good? You know, where they could help a company out and doing something with their computers and all that kind of stuff. Why do they have to make everyone's life miserable? All right, so we attached our designer series paper. Now we're going to take that ribbon. Where did I set it? I set it somewhere. Here we go. Oh, and in case you were wondering, this is a new color for Stampin' Up. It's called Basic Beige. It's 100% polyester. It's a nice ribbon. It has some stitching on the edges. It's really nice. All right, so we're going to wrap this around. And once again, tie a bow. Now, this is a thick enough ribbon where if you just really can't get the hang of tying a bow, you can always tie a knot. It's wide enough, so you could do that. All right, let's try that again. They kind of get away from me. All right, you loop over. All right, and then you're pushing it through the back side, just like that. And then you can play around with it to get it to lay how you would like. There we go. So for those of you also that follow me, I am in central Wisconsin, and today we have some pretty gloomy weather. We are actually in what they call a cold spell. It's still warm, but we just got out of like super hot, humid, muggy weather. And I'm thinking, I purposely don't live in the southern states because I do not like the heat and humidity. I am so a fall girl. I love fall. All right. Here's copper clay. So I'm going to stamp my sentiment on there. So I want to use, what do I want to use? Let's see. You're the best, plain and simple. Very cute. All right. So who here has an awesome, amazing dad? I know there's a lot of amazing dads out there. All right. So we'll put this sentiment back. Again, please share, like, love, throw some comments out here for me. I'd really appreciate that. No scammers, please. I don't have time for your nonsense. All right, we're going to flip it over, and we're going to add some dimensionals. Actually, this time what I'm going to use, if I can find them. All right, these are strips, okay? I don't know what the name in the catalog is for them, but they're foam strips. So because I want to put it over the ribbon, I don't want to put the dimensional on the ribbon. I want to put it on the top and on the bottom. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simply tear this in half, put one at the top, so it goes around the ribbon, because I don't want my sentiment to lay all wonky and all funky. I don't want that. All right. And I do have information on how you can get your very own kit. You can actually get this kit for free. So I have all the details in the description, so be sure to check that out. Now let's grab our regular dimensionals and we'll pop this up on our card. All right. And you could put a dimensional in the center so you don't have a saggy middle. None of us like a saggy middle, whether it be on a card or just on ourselves. All right, so here's our card base, and you could always stamp something else in here. I tend to leave mine blank, so I have plenty of room to write whatever it is I'd like to write for that person. All right, so we're going to put this just right on. We're almost finished. We need to get our bling. All right, I think this time we will use the lighter gray ones. So I'll put one down here. up here, and again, we're going in 3s. You kind of want to make like a big triangle, but you could put them on however you would like. All right, so I didn't stray at all from my sample card. So these are the 2 cards. I hope you like them. All right, on to card number 3. Whoop, a little table shake there. All right, so put my sample there. All right, so we have some other colors here. This is more from that designer series paper. I like this. I think this is really cool. All right, so we have that. We have our basic beige. Just going to fold this in half. Super simple cards. The cards I like to design are super simple. Just sweet, easy. Anyone can make them. Of course, there are cards that I do make that are more advanced. But honestly, I gravitate more to the sweet and simple. I think sometimes we put so much on our card that it tends to look gaudy after a while. But that's just my own thing. All right. So this one, we are just going to simply tie a knot. We're going to wrap it around the designer series paper. No, excuse me. If you've ever used Stampin' Up! Designer series paper, you know it is thinner than our basic cardstock. So you don't want to squeeze it too hard. You don't want to pull too tight. I like to pull it just a little tighter while I'm making my knot, but not much. I hold that down and we'll push this through. Come on, let's go, ribbon. Work with me here. All right, because I want to hold that down. It's like I need a third hand. All right, hold that down and pull. Now, obviously, I used way too much ribbon, but that's all right. So we're just going to trim that down on an angle, and we'll trim this. The next card, I'm going to show you something really cool that you can do with this ribbon. All right, so we're just going to line this up where we would like it. Just going to slide it over as far as we can go. Make sure it's somewhat in the middle. And then I'm going to attach it flat to my card on each side of the ribbon. I know some people don't use as much of the Stampin' Seal, but I like the Stampin' Seal. And you know, some people say, oh, I'm not going to spend the money. I'm not going to go and, you know, buy the Stampin' Up! Stuff. I can get it from the dollar store. Well, let me tell you, people, I was one of those. And I noticed after a while, my cards started literally falling apart. They would just come unglued. So then, of course, I came unglued because I was so embarrassed. All right. So now we have a smaller rectangle and an even smaller one, and we're going to stamp some clouds. So they have some really cute clouds in this set. And we're just going to line up a couple of them. Well, a few. I'll do that. And I need one more. And let's see here. I am going to use my boho blue. All right. Because I want to make some beautiful clouds. All right. Start with my main cloud. So I probably should have a piece of scrap paper under there. All right. Because I don't want it to get on my table. All right. And my big stamp, here it is. It's going to juice that up. Don't need to press down like a crazy person. All right, there's one. Love it. I'll do this one. And you're just going to randomly put them on. You don't need to go crazy and add like a gazillion clouds. All right. Juice it up. Let's put another one down here. I'll go through them one more time. It's there. And you don't need to have the whole cloud on your paper. And there. All right, so let's clean these up real quick. So I like the little chamois that they have. Come on. So I use the chamois. I use baby wipes. With the chamois, all you need is just put some water on it. It does obviously stain after a while. Not a big deal. All right, I'll clean this one. But what I do is I take this just to the kitchen sink. I run it under some hot water, squeeze it out a couple times. You could add some Dawn dish soap. Don't bother wasting time trying to get the trying to get all the ink out, because you're going to be putting more on it anyway, so it's kind of pointless. All right, so there's that. I don't think I need this boho blue anymore, but I do need my Mossy Meadow, because we're going to stamp another little airplane. And let's see, I think I'm going to use the same airplane. All right, so I'm just going to juice it up, stamp my airplane. Fabulous. All right. And, oh, I need to stamp my sentiment. What do I want? I want flying by to say hi. Grab a smaller. You want to try and get a block that fits your image the best. Because if I were to put this little sentiment on a bigger block, you're going to have more chance to wiggle. You don't want to wiggle, because then you get those funky outlines. And then you're redoing it like a gazillion times. Okay, don't like that one. So I'll turn it this way. And this is the nice thing about paper. You can just turn it, flip it. Well, you know, and I'm not a huge fan of that either. So let me grab another scrap piece of paper from my scrap paper bin. There we go. I don't know what the deal is. Way better. There we go. We have a winner. Put that back. Done with this. Get rid of my scrap paper. All right, so let's finish up. So I'm going to grab that blender pen again, and I want to just make sure it's clean. So I just take the tip and go over, and that side's clean. I forgot to clean up before. All right, all clean. All ready for the next color. All right, so I'm just going to color in my plane again. And you could use markers if you wanted, the blender pens. I just wanted something quick, easy. I did not want like a lot of deep color. Excuse me. All right, clean that up before I forget again. All right, and we're gonna put our little airplane, we're gonna cut them out. Let me get my die again. And line it up. So I do have a lot of upcoming classes in August. So be sure to check out my Facebook page. It's Loved by Him Designs. Again, look for the new and improved logo. The other one has a bunch of spammers and whatnot on there. So you want to go to the new and improved. I have a lot of classes. And you'll also want to, if you don't do Facebook, get on my email list. So I will include a link in here at some point today on how you can sign up for my email. I don't send a bunch of crazy emails. Excuse me. I send just enough emails so that you know what's going on, what's happening, if there's any sales or deals or what my upcoming classes are, because you'll want to know that. I do let my email people know first of what kind of classes I have coming up. So you get first dibs. My retreats, workshops, stamp camps, and all that stuff do tend to sell out. So I do have my email people get first crack at it. All right, so we're going to attach this to our Mossy Meadow piece here. So you can create your own designer paper. All we did was stamp some clouds. And you could also take, if you wanted to bling it up a little bit, you could take your Wink of Stella and color in the clouds to give it a little shimmer. All right, we need dimensionals. I always misplace them. Here they are. 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You want to make sure you press them down. All right. Oh, gammon. We're going to put this right in the center here, just like this. So that's why you wanted to scoot your bow over to the edge as much as you could. All right, so now we need to add our little airplane. I'm just going to use a few dimensionals. So I've seen ladies use a gazillion of them. You don't need a gazillion, like I said before, but they would literally take those little teeny tiny ones and put them all over. And to be honest, if you're at that point, you might as well just buy the adhesive that is like a solid piece and lay your paper, stamp, and die cut it out like that. But to each his own, to each his own. All right, so I am going to put 2 on here. I want to make sure it stays a little firm. And I'm going to take the end and just kind of curl it up a bit. So I'm just going to take my nail, kind of curl it up a little. So it kind of looks like it's the banner. There we go. Oh, we need our bling, 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 bling. Now you can always opt not to. If you have someone that would prefer like a black color or some other color, what you can do is, let's see if we can make these green. Oh, that's old olive. Let me get my Mossy Meadow. I just want to show you something. This is the dark. So we're going to take our marker and just color over the pearls. So now they are green. Isn't that awesome? Let's try and do a darker gray. See, that works on there as well. It makes the green a little darker. Now you could do this while it's on your card, but me, I'm such a putz sometimes, it would get all over. So I'm going to use my scissors because they're not quite dry. Put one there. Come on. And I'll tap them down after I'm done. 2, come on. And we'll grab our big one, and they just slide right off. Right there. All right, so I'm just going to take, and I could have used my scissors, but I just want because I don't want to mess up the color. There. Make sure that's clean. And here you go. So this is the one we just did, and this is my sample. So you can see I colored these so it coordinates with the paper. These I left as silver, so you could make it your own. You could do it however you wanted. Clouds are a little different on this one as opposed to that one, but they're still super cute. All right, so now our last card, I said I was going to show you something cool to do with the ribbon. So we will get to that, but what we're going to do first is we have just our basic white thick cardstock. We'll fold this in half, and we will take our bone folder and mush that down. It's going to go this way. I have the designer series paper in that same pack. You get the little clouds, and here you have like a checkerboard. I'm just going to lay this one flat. And make sure it's not going to be upside down. And we will just center this, just like that. All right, so now I have a piece of scrap white, and we're going to stamp the bigger airplane. So I'm going to grab a little bigger block, and then I want my copper clay. I really like this color. It so reminds me of fall. All right, juice that up. Make sure it's all covered so you don't need to smush it in all crazy. So there we go. Tap, tap, tap. Just like that. All right. Wash that off. See, the little thing cleans it up really nice. The little chamois. So when you order it, you get just the chamois. So what I did is I had some old CD cases. Plus, you can also buy the cases through Stampin' Up. But you know what? If you have like all these old cases, use those. I get it wet, I throw it in here. I can throw it in my bag if I'm going to be taking some stuff out. Works great. All right. So there's that. Then I also... Oh, let's see here. Let's color this real quick. So I'm going to take that blender pen again. I'm just going to lightly do some big circles. I don't want this one as dark as the others. I just want a little bit of color. Just a little. Don't want to feel. There we go. Oh, clean it off. All right, and now I just need to trim this paper a little bit so it won't fit then in the small embossing machine folder thingy. It's a technical term. All right, so now we have all these dies, and I'm thinking might be this one. Yep. So I'm going to grab my little sticky note. I'll line this up. Let's hope it doesn't move. And just to make sure it doesn't move, I'm going to grab a second one. Put that over. Just want to make sure it's not going to slide around. All right. I'm going to make our little sandwich. Just like that. slide that through. Now remember, you can get this class for free. It's just simply placing an order at my Stampin' Up store. I do have the link attached for $35 before shipping and tax. Once you place an order, I get an email from Stampin' Up saying that you have placed an order, and I will go ahead, package up your kit, and get it out in the mail. So you have until Sunday, this Sunday, to get your orders in. Okay, I'm closing it after Sunday. So then come Monday morning, I'm going to see who placed orders and get those puppies out in the mail on Monday or Tuesday at the very latest. All right, I need my sentiment. So I want you always lift me up. We'll do that one again. I like that one. Lay that down. There we go. I'm going to use the boho blue. Ooh, a little too much ink. So let's see how it worked. Excuse me. And I get a drink of water. All right. So let me clean this down. Just like that. Down. I don't need the block. And let's put this together. All right. So we have our card base. We have our airplane. We have our sentiment. Now I also have a little piece of scrap. You could use whatever color scrap you have. I'm just using this because it's the same color as our plane. And what I'm going to do is put some adhesive on here. So I just kind of want to see where I'm going to put my plane. So I'll probably put him right there. I'll put this right about here. And now we're going to take our ribbon. So this ribbon, it comes apart very easily. So you just snip the end, and then you can pull, carefully pull. It does work, trust me. You're going to pull out strands. Because I like the color, and I had already pulled out a bunch, so I'm just going to collect some of my little bits here. And put them on. And let's see here. How do I want to add a few more? I can always cut them if I don't like them. All right, so let's see here. I want to do like a little ziggy-zaggy type thing with these. So it's going to be behind our sentiment. So we're just going to lay some here. Can always go back and trim. And I'll lay some more here. There we go. I know it doesn't look fabulous yet. So I just laid them one way and then came back down. I'm going to grab 2 of the dimensionals. This will help hold them down as well. Come on, let's go. Jeepers. All right, and we're going to put that right over the top, just like that. All right, I'm going to take my snips, and I'm going to cut some of them open here at the top. And I'm going to trim some of these. Some of them are just a little too crazy. Just needs a little haircut. There we go. Come on back down there. And let's make a little shorter one there. All right. So There we go. We gave them a little haircut. All right, let's get some dimensionals on the back of this. Now, again, you could use the strips. And you know what? I have these thicker edges, so I think I'll use those. You don't want to waste. So that'll fit perfectly for the wing. Take the paper off right away. Come on. And there. Take the paper off the back. And we'll use the smaller one right up here. All right. Then we will add our little airplane. And add our cute pearls. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. So put that out of the way. Close that. So these are the cards. So this is my sample. I did color this one a little more, but you can see either way you do it, they work out fantastic. All right, so let me show you all the cards that we made. I think they all turned out fantastic. So we did those. We have these with the green. We colored that. There's that. And then here is our fun fold with a little surprise area for a note. So there we go. Here is your free card class. This was using the Adventurous Sky. We used the bundle. So please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube page. I would really appreciate it. Thank you all for joining me. Be sure to check out my Facebook page as well. That would help me out an awful lot. Also, the subscribers would help me out a lot. Please share it to your friends, family, any crafters that you have in your life. That would be great. All right. Well, thank you very much and have a fantastic rest of the day. Bye-bye.